Hey guys, OG Albina here, bringing you guys our WPF Week 3 battle against Brody, or odds are, in his Charlotte Slitherwings, one of my very good and close friends. He is a wizard on Photoshop. He made our logo, he made our Teambuilder graphics that we're using right now, he made the logo for the WPF and all the graphics there as well. He is the GOAT when it comes to like Draft League GFX. Your favorite Draft League player might have a Brody logo. I know a lot of my buddies do. And he's a very good player, and he just traded for a really crazy team, so we cannot take him lightly. Brody always pulls up and plays well versus me. Go check him out in the description below. I'd really appreciate it if you go ran up his video and jumped him up some subs. It'd be really nice. Brody's been putting in a lot of work this season, and I'd like to see him prosper and do well because of it. But yeah, if you guys do enjoy our side of the battle, be sure to drop a like on the video as well as subscribe to the channel. We're on our way to 3,000 subs, and I appreciate it a ton if you help me out along that journey. And yeah, that being said, we could go ahead and jump on to the team builder, which I do just like to do, just to give you guys background knowledge and context going into the battle. If you want to skip ahead to the battle, there's a timestamp on screen right over there on when that starts. And yeah, that being said, we can kind of jump into it. Our team, if you haven't seen or forgot, consists of Spectre, Terra Sneasler, Zarude, Sylveon, Sandy Shocks, Uxie, Copperaja, Volcanion, Braviary, and Knucklestack. While our opponent's team, at the bottom of the screen, consists of Dragapult, Meowscarada, Rotom Heat, Clodsire, Terra Slitherwing, Gardevoir, Dunsparce, Orthworm, Toadscroll, Vaporeon, and Raichu. Now, Brody absolutely fleeced Obo and traded his Walking Wake Suncore for a whole-ass Dragapult, and his team has seen exponential growth because of it. This is absolutely terrifying. The core of Meowscarada plus Dragapult is so scary to deal with. Terra Slitherwing can get out of hand very fast. And there's some really good supporting pieces. Y'all know I love my Dunsparce, but I also love mons like Rotom bolting into these things. Claude setting up hazards, same thing with Toadscroll, but as well as spinning them away. Gardevoir is very strong into our team, so there's a lot of really scary stuff on Brody's squad, and we really had to grind to build this week. So let's go ahead and jump into it. First up, we have our Spectre here, rocking out with a pretty interesting set where Safety Goggles is Shadow Ball, Psychic, Calm Mind, and Taunt. 200 HP, 108 special attack, and 200 speed with a timid nature. EVs wise, we live Modest pulled after rocks at +1. We have enough speed for Meow, and then the rest for our special attack. It's a pretty interesting set, right? Because if you look at the matchup, this really isn't the best Spectre matchup. And there are niche instances where it can win and revenge kill and things like that, but for the most part, when you look at the combination of Meowscarada potentially being Scarf or Sucker Punch and outspeeding us, plus we're not carrying the Draining Kiss. Clodsire kind of stuffing if it's Spadef. The Dunsparce stuffing us if it's Spadef. There's and even just like strong first impressions from the Slitherwing, pulled out speeding us and going through subs. It really doesn't have much of an opportunity to win. But what I want Spectre to do, one, is force specific switches. Force switches into those things like Clodsire, into those things like the Dunsparce, things like that. And I want it to spin block. And that is what it is here for. Brody's team is very hazard weak in my opinion. And his only spin against me is going to be the Toadscroll. But with the Safety Goggles, we can avoid a Spore. Pretty much always come in. Even if it knocks us once, we can at least stay in, kind of Shadow Ball it, and kind of force it to where it can't do those annoying things. Or we can taunt it after it knocks us off and prevent the Spore. Again, we are literally here just to be a nuisance, disrupt, force very specific switches, and keep our hazards up. Which seems weird that my round 1 pick has kind of been like the facilitator of this team and allowing things like Sneasler to win, which is kind of our plan again this week. But it really does function well in that role, and I can't complain about it at all. Next up, we have said Wincon and our Sneasler. This is a really cool set. I think it was Endless that came up with this. It is Close Combat, Swords Dance, Protect, and Terra Blast with the White Herb. Unburden as our ability. We are Terra Ice this week with 80 HP, 252 attack, and 176 speed with a Jolly Nature. We have enough speed for Raichu, max attack, rest in HP. If you look at Brody's team and you look at, his defensive pieces, or really just a team in general, the combination of Ice and Fighting hooks him. We have Ice for Dragapult, Fighting and Ice for the Meowscarada, Fighting for the Rotom Heat, Ice for the Claw, Ice for the Slitherwing. We do have to get a lot of chip on that thing though. Ice for the Gardevoir, Fighting for the Dudun, Fighting for the Orthworm, Ice for the Toadscroll, Fighting for the Vaporeon, Fighting for the Raichu. It cooks him. It goes absolutely crazy. And if we can get that Swords Dance and that White Herb to proc with that Close Combat, we're going to outspeed everything, including Scarfers, and just blow through this team. Now, this does need a little bit of setup in order to do work. We need hazards in order to chip down things like Slitherwing. We need to force in Pokemon like Clodsire, get them low, and keep them taunted to where they are not recovering in our face and staying low, to where even Spadef Clodsire can't live a hit from us, and we can always just knock it out with the Terra Blast, which is kind of the main goal. We have Protect on this set so that we can't be first impression revenge by an offensive Slitherwing, which is really cool. We can also use it as an opportunity to scout and see what Terra type he wants to go for, so we can kind of, plan around that. If he Terras into a typing that, catches my Terra Blast off guard, like random Terra Steel or something like that, then I know that I can close combat the next turn. I'm going to be in a good spot. So that's going to be the sneeze of this week. This is our main way of winning, and realistically, we just need a little bit of hazard chip on some stuff, and we should be in a good spot. Speaking of said hazard chip, here it is. We got Sandy Shocks here with Earth Power, Power Gem, Stealth Rock, and Spikes. This is going to be our lead. We have the Focus Sash. We are there just to get up as many hazards as humanly possible. Preferably a Spike and Rocks. That would be best case. Now, I really do expect something like a Meow lead into a U-turn, personally, against my team, or even just a hard Flower Trick, and even then, as long as I get up at least one Spike, I feel like I can pressure this team very well. Earth Power plus Power Gem hits this team very hard neutrally, and I really wanted a way to guarantee that I hit the Clodsire, and I wanted a way to hit the Rotom, because chipping down Rotom is also very important for something like Sneasler for winning the game a little bit later, or Scarfsarude really appreciates it. Whereas Vaporeon, I actually feel like I bully on matchup, as well as like with the things I brought. So I wasn't super worried about not having an electric move. Again, more photosynthesis, but it shouldn't matter in this game because he doesn't have the sun anymore, and he's probably not setting up the sun in this matchup in particular, but we have it just in case. But yeah. Next up, we have our Sylveon. We are Boots this week with Hyper Force, Wish, Protect, and Psy Shock. We got 240 HP, 216 defense, and 52 Spadef with a bold nature. EVs wise, we live 2 non-banded Meow Flower Tricks, and then we have the rest in our Spadef. No matter what, with our Boots especially, Pulse isn't going to be too carrying with Spec Shadow Balls and things like that, even if it's modest. We can also take physical hits from it as well, unless it's like Phantom Force, which is not going to be banded Phantom Force, and if it is, I can kind of adjust accordingly, hopefully, and deal with him in that regards. But we're Boots because I want to get up hazards. I don't want to remove hazards, so I'm definitely not putting Braviary, and I have no spin. So I need to ensure that I'm not taken down by that Dragapult with hazards. I have to be very careful about switching this into Meowscarada because it does have very free knockoffs against my team, and that's probably one of the biggest issues with my team is the lack of switches into Meow. But I feel like that's Meowscarada in general, and we're just gonna have to offensively opposition it, honestly, and maybe play a stat game. Be careful because Meow might not win, but Pulp might later if we let it knock off too many things and put us in a bad spot. Next up, we have our second kind of countermeasure to Pulp, and honestly Meowscarada if it's on a Scarf set, and Scarfsarude with Power Up, Close Combat, U-Turn, and Crunch. EV's only got 40 HP, Max Attack, and 216 speed with a Jolly nature. So Zarude, pretty simple. We're creeping Toedscroll, just in case we do get knocked off. I still want to be able to outspeed that thing. Then we have Max Attack, Rest in HP. This Pokemon is very, very strong as a revenge killer in this game. Really, it's only the Slitherwing that checks it reliably and can switch into it over the course of the game with hazards up. And even then, if Slitherwing wants to come in and wants to take a U-turn, Rock, and Spikes, then it's pretty much in range of a +2 Terra Blast from our Sneasler, and that's really, really good. So it's a great facilitator in that way. We can kind of just U-turn around the whole game. We have Scarf Crunch to revenge the Pulp, as well as Scarf U-turn and Close Combat for the Meowscarada. And again, also a good water killer, can really bully Vaporeon, things like that. And Power Up can be pretty free in an endgame, so we'll see if we can potentially position a Power Up or a Crunch Sweep. Then we have Volcanion. Very excited about this set. We are Steam Eruption, Flamethrower, Fire Spin, and Taunt. 124 HP, max special attack, and 132 speed with a modest nature. EVs always we were creeping no speed Rotom. Then we have the max special attack and the rest of HP. I really didn't have anywhere else to allocate the EVs. I know it looks like I'm offensive in a matchup where offensive Volk isn't the best, but trust me, I actually think this thing is pretty darn incredible. If Brody's kind of forced into going onto our Claude, can't really switch in with that. The Vaporeon is really the only thing that reliably switches in to this Volcanion, but then it's going to come in, it's going to get taunted, so it can't Wish or Baton Pass, and it's going to get Fire Spun, or I might Fire Spin it first and then taunt it, and when that happens, I'm going to be able to whittle that thing down a ton. Again, helping out that Sneasler endgame, and that in conjunction with Hazard is going to be really tough. And then other Pokemon on the team just don't switch into it. Dragapult resists our dual stats, but it takes like 40% from Steam Eruption, and then we factor in Hazards plus Burn potentially. It's not looking good for that Pokemon. And then Taunt's valuable for other things as well. Pokemon like Dunsparce, Pokemon like Orthworm. Obviously the aforementioned Vaporeon. Pokemon like Clodsire. Ensuring that they're not getting recovery or setting up hazards versus me, or even spreading status and Toxic and Glare and things like that, is very, very valuable, and you know, a lot of instances very much so worth it. We also soft checks things like Meowscarada. We'll be able to take a bandit hit very easy from pretty high up health. But yeah, that's gonna be the team. Pretty simple one. It's get up hazards, keep them up, and win with Sneasler. We'll see what we can do. Be right back with the battle. Alrighty guys, here we are with the battle. We are connected with the Broadster. Let's see what he has. He has the Dragapult. He has the Slitherwing. My safety goggles on my specs here are useless because there's no Toad Scroll. We have the Meowscarada. We have a Clodsire. We have a Rotom Heat. And we have a Gardy Schmarty Bardivore. Okay, so I think my plan, as I've kind of outlined and stuff like that in the team loader, is always going to be leading off with our Sandy Shocks. We're going to try and get up 2 Legion Hazards, guaranteed. This team he has, actually, is no removal. He has the Toad Scroll, but I felt pretty comfortable spin blocking it and pressuring in that way. And plus, it's not the best Pokemon versus me, to be completely honest. So I felt pretty comfortable spin blocking versus it. We're going to lead off with our Sandy Shocks. Worst case scenario, he's like lead taunt Meowscarada, but that's at least information that we can kind of gauge and learn. And I can also scout and see if he's Protean, things like that. Cool, so we see how click button lead. I'm gonna get up a Spike immediately. Spikes are very, very nice. So here comes the Spike. You might see a U-turn here. I do have a Sylveon on the back. So I like being able to like have a lead that's not immediately forced out by Pult too. Just because Pult's really scary. For my team in particular. I have Boot Sylveon, which should always check it. But we'll see. Draco. Draco. Owie, owie. Let's see. Dragapult. Dragapult. He has to be specs to do that. I really think that he should double, expecting me to go Sylveon. I know it's kind of over-aggressive, but I really think that he should double. He has to be specs. He knows that I know he's specs. I'm getting up my rocks. He should double. Yep. Bam! He's gonna get into something scary. Hello, Sylveon. Hello. Cool. So we're good here. It's a good mid-ground by Brody, too. Like, you know, I don't immediately threaten this thing. Now, I think it's worth to scout and see if he is Scarf. I'm just going to Power Gem, though. Get us some damage. Cool. So we're faster. This is, like, an amazing lead for me. Low? Bro! Let's go! I mean, this Pokemon's dead. Like, this Pokemon's dead. I mean, do I need to predict him and get up a Spike? I mean, there's no Rock Resist on his team. I'm just gonna Power Gem again. Why not? Hey, he just gives to me. That's amazing. That's so clutch. Cool, so we knock it out. We take those. We take those. That was a really annoying Pokemon for me to deal with. Holy moly. What comes out here is the real question. I mean, something's gonna have to come and take hazards. The Pult's not boots. There's no removal on this team. There's no removal on this team. Click U-turn. Hazards? Oh. I mean, there's some boots right there. So I think what I want to do against this thing, do I want to just attack and try and get off some damage? I'm gonna Earth Power in case he tries to spike in my face. So he does the thing. He clicks U-turn. That's fine. He is Protean, so that's good to know. You know, it's not like an overgrow set. Protean. Or that he didn't forget again. And we're gonna get Signature Initiative. So, like, that lead Sandy Shocks put us in a really good position, I think. Put us in a really good position, I think. So we take those. Plus, my Scarf Zarude about to go crazy in this game. The only switch in is that Slitherwing, which is awesome. Like, because it also just doesn't switch in really well. Okay. So, from here, I can always just go Zarude, right? Yeah. I quite simply always go Zarude. I feel very comfortable just dropping a crunch, too. I feel very comfortable dropping a crunch. Because if he goes into Slither Wing, I'm still okay, you know? Like, I still have pivots into it. It's not going to beat me immediately. I have a full healthful Canyon. Like, plus he takes Rock, Spike, Crunch. All good for me. Spadieve sucks. Somebody got help from good old John Jr. So we're going to Crunch. It's Boots on this, too. It's good to know. So he's Boots on everything. Boots Meow. Boots Slither. Let's see if he tears it. I don't need this for anything. It was here to kind of just, like, spread damage and be annoying. He's gonna U-turn. Yeah, we know he's Boots. We don't know what his Terra is. He still has not Terra'd. But he also doesn't have anything that immediately pressures this. Ami? Okay, this isn't Boots, which is good to know. So it traces my Water Absorb. I cannot click a water move. I think I always go into this guy. Is he gonna trick immediately? I don't know. It's fine. Can do nothing. I'm immediately gonna Psyshock. I have no reason not to. Catch this Quad coming in. There's no switching to this Pokemon anymore. He doesn't switch into defensive Sylveon anymore. Yeah, so he's gonna go Claude. No shot he doesn't. I mean, yum, Spectrier. Yum, Psyshock, brother. So, big Psyshock. That thing's Boots as well. And looks like we don't 2-hit KO there. Which is a bit unfortunate. I do feel pretty comfortable just Psyshocking. Because I think he has to recover here. I can bait a crit. If he said Yum Spectre, this has to be. It absolutely has to be. What do you call it? Can you even hit me, bro? I'm just gonna Psyshock. I'm gonna bait a crit. Right here. Wow. He only has 8 of these. He only has 8. I actually don't think he ever gets out of 2-hit KO range. Three recovers. That's 3. It's apparently a WPF tradition for Snowy to be in my room while I play and be very angry and want out. So nice and chipped. What's it gonna go into? Fine. I know he's not boosting item, so I'm pretty sure my Sylveon takes 2. You know? Meowscarada. Let's just say choice back from 323. That is a guaranteed 2-hit KO. So we're gonna go into Ramatra. I don't think he U-turns here. Nah, maybe I should have wished. 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 I think that was a little over-aggressive. I'm not super happy with that. That probably wasn't a good play. I don't think that was a very good play. I don't think that was a good play. U-turns, I'm boned. Okay, we're good. We're good. Ow! I mean, I always just U-turn. Get a little bit of momentum skis. Get a little bit of momentum skis. Yeah, I think that was a little over-aggressive on my end. You switch out click U-turn. I'm going to click U-turn. Okay. We're in a U-turn. There's a very, very free Volcanion. And I just flamethrower. And just flamethrower. Okay. We're just gonna flamethrower. No reason not to. He doesn't really know my set either. I haven't shown whether or not I'm choiced. Mommy? Sorry. Mommy? Sorry. Mommy? Sorry. Yeah, we always flamethrower because this thing can come in and obviously try and water absorb in our face. Our flamethrower. Go. Go down. See ya. Yeah, we're in a pretty okay spot right now. We're in a pretty okay spot right now. So Rotom gone. Guard gone. We have Clodsire, Meowscarada, Slitherwing, Dragon. No more water resist either. Well, I guess like water resist Dragapult, but no more water resist anymore. So, we will see what we can do. I know he's boots on Slither. I know John did these nicknames. I know John did these nicknames because they're terrible. I know Brody's not that dumb. I mean, I don't really have a good switch into this. Don't I always just flamethrower? I'm pretty sure I always just flamethrower. I don't know where he's going. I don't know where he's going. I know your boots, so I know I live any hit. And I got shit for this one. He's got to give me a ton of damage on something, which is sick. I'm gonna taunt this unless this 2-hit KOs for some reason, but it's not going to. You taunt. You're. And I actually feel pretty comfortable going out into our friend Reaper. Because I don't want to get Earthquaked on anything else. And I don't think my Spectre is super needed. It's not really here as a win condition in this game. Maybe it'd be nice for Slitherwing, but like... So we know he's Recover Earthquake. Going to Psychic. Crazy play. I'm gonna taunt. I know this looks stupid, but trust. I'm gonna go into my Sneasler. I'm gonna SD in close combat. I don't need this, and it gives me bad positioning to the Meow anyways. I Terra. SD. And from there I should win. Even, like, more defensive so their wings die from here. Alright, close combat. Brody's play should be going hard pull, but we'll see if he makes the play. He doesn't. Cool. So I think we win. I was so scared. I don't know if you guys saw the fear in my eyes that I was the wrong item because it took so long to proc. I don't know if you guys saw the fear in my eyes. There was no commentary. Head empty. Head empty. That was so scary, dude. Oh my god. Spadiv sucks. No, he doesn't. He's cool. Spadiv is really ugly, but, you know, that's it. We protect. He's gonna Terra, and this is another reason why Protect is cool, because not only for the first impression, but when he Terras, I get to see what he is. There's no 50-50 involved. Poison. That's fine. That's fine. Shout out to Spadiv. Honestly. Okay, we should knock him out from here. Based on the Zarude damage. We should knock him out. Ow! I haven't seen Terra Blast Ice yet. Is this cool Ice Beam? Wow, I didn't kill. That's crazy. Wow, 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 wow. That's unfortunate. I think we're okay, though. I think I always just go Zarude. I think Zarude wins soon. Yeah. I just U-turn. That was really close. I'm Scarf. No more first impression, too. So that's good. I always go Sylveon, because Sylveon's going to allow me to cover what you call it. Dragapult. And Dragapult claims a KO otherwise, and that's scary. So I always go Sylveon, because I live a hit from either one of these Pokemon. It was like max defense then. I wonder if that was a roll. It looked like, because from my end, I'm seeing like max HP, like 60 defense, whatever the standard set in the calc is. It does 78 to 92 with +2 Terra Ice. If I was adamant, I secured that, but I wanted to speed outside of my Unburden too, so yeah, it happens. Wake Wavy. I think I always Hyper Voice, because I get damage off on this thing. Yeah, Flower Check's gonna pop, and that's fine. Wait. I just Hyper Voice though. And then from here... am I in a bad spot? Do I live? Live. I've decided, just live. Doesn't. Okay. Actually, hold on, let me see something. If he is just a grass type. My Crunch should kill him from here. 56 min. So I should kill him with Crunch. I don't want to U-turn, because if he goes Pult and I U-turn, then I'm screwed in what I lock. Yeah, I think I always Crunch. I think I always Crunch. Because then I can sack my Volcanion to the Pult. Or to the Meow. And then based on what he clicks, I can come back in with Scarfsarude and win the game like that. So I think I'm okay. He has to go Pult here, or he guaranteed loses. Oh, he didn't. Okay, well I win with better diff. Cool. Cool. And even if I, for some reason, don't kill with Scarf Crunch, he has to click Draco to kill me here, or Flamethrower, and in that case, my Volcanion should be okay. But I'm pretty sure Scarfsarude just wins. That was a good game from Brody. That was pretty scary. I'm sad Sneasler couldn't pull it out. We were very, very close there, but we'll take it nonetheless. Big shouts to Sandy Shocks just leading and, like, cooking him. I think that was what just screwed Brody over, is he didn't have much for my lead. And that put me in a really good spot. So we'll take it. 2-0 win. Move on to 3-0 in WPF, which is a great feeling. Which is, you know, again, really, really good. We're 2 wins away from clinching playoffs, which is the way I look at it, because that's, you know, you just got to get to the dance. Doesn't matter how you get there. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys enjoyed, drop a like. If you're new here, drop a sub. And again, I want to give a big shout out, man. I want to give a big shout out to the channel members right now. Odds are, who we just played, Olivia Sama, D Double, we have Bick, we have Goose Fart, and I believe Zeke. Yeah, so that should be everyone. Big shout out to all you guys. I appreciate you a ton. There's a little join button down there if you want to become a member, get a shout out at the end of the videos, and a bunch of other cool perks too. So again, I appreciate you all. I'll see you guys in the next one. Later.